Okay, this is the second Math 1401 Zoom meeting. So we got 7 participants today. I don't have y'all's names in front of me. When I've set up the camera, it takes all y'all's names off. So I'm blind as to who's here. Anybody want to ask any questions to get started? Looks like the internet is not, I don't know if y'all can hear me now. When I got a message that my internet was unstable, and sometimes that means I break up. So can y'all hear me? I'm hearing nothing. So if y'all join, you're muted. You'll have to unmute yourself so I can hear you. I'm hearing nothing.
I can hear you, but it's
Okay, I'm trying to hear something there, but I can't hear you. Okay, I've turned my volume way up. Okay, try again.
I said I can hear you, but it's cutting in and out sometimes, but it's okay right now.
Yeah, that's what happens. I don't know why. Monday night, my son wasn't on the Wi-Fi. Today he is because he's online school. So I don't know if that affects it, but we'll hope it works pretty well. Did y'all have any questions?
So can you talk a little bit about, is the quiz going to be on D2L or is it going to be via StatLab?
Okay. Yeah. I haven't made up the quiz yet. What I do is look over those practice problems in the book. I'll tell you orally what I'm going to do, and then I'll have all this written down, emailed out to you. There's no way for me to collect you all working out the problems, and then I'd have to print them out, scan them, and then rescan them and to send them back to you with a grade. So what I've hit on is that I'm going to send you a quiz form with 10 problems. They'll actually be more like statements at the beginning here. They're not technically problems, but I'm going to call them problems. And they're going to be worked out with answers. Now, some of those answers are going to be correct. Some of those answers are going to be incorrect. And what you're going to do is, in effect, grade me. Now, the way you're going to respond is that paired with that quiz, I'm going to mail you a Google form. And the Google form will have 10 questions on it, each one corresponding to a problem on the test form. Number 1 on the Google form is 1 on the test form, 2 on the Google form, 2 on the test form. And on the Google form, all the problems are worded the same. True or false, the problem is correct. And you are going to, if I did the problem correctly, then the correct response would be true, and you're going to enter that on the Google form. If you think I screwed it up and did it wrong, then you're going to enter false on the Google form. And when you've entered all 10 questions, you can hit submit, and the Google form gives you your instant grade. It will be recorded, and I will go back after Sunday, middle of next week. I will look up the Google form and record all your grades. On quizzes, you will be allowed multiple submissions. So maybe you only get 7 right, and you want to go higher. So you're allowed to resubmit, and I will only record the highest grade. The tests and final exam will have this exact same format, just covering wider material. You know, a test will cover an entire chapter, but it'll have this same kind of format. You will only be allowed 1 submission on tests and the final exam, just 1 submission only. All of this will be explained and written down, but that's how I'm going to take quiz grades, and they're worth 20. The quiz grades are worth 20%. Yes, I understand that on your Pearson grade, you know, you're self-reporting me your grade, that someone could just email me 100 and say I made 100 and do nothing, and I wouldn't be the wiser. But it's only 20% of your grade, and you're going to get caught on the test and final exam when I only allow 1 submission. Okay, I don't know if orally that makes any sense. But again, I will send all this out. I haven't made up the quiz yet. It's my first time through STAT online. And so you will be sent out this quiz. Again, all of the 2 forms, one with all the problems written out. And you'll submit your true or false answers on the Google form accompanying it. Is that as clear as Lake Lanier? I just went unstable again. I'm hearing no response. Was any of that helpful?
that
Yes, thank
was
you.
helpful. Thank you.
Okay, well, again, it'll all be written down for you. Everything I just said will be written down for you. And you'll see that it'll be mailed out on Friday. And it'll be due Sunday. But I don't have any late penalties. So if you need a longer work schedule or whatever, that's fine. And anything I email to you, when I email this to you, it will be backed up on D2L. So you could get to it through there as well. Do you all have any questions you want to ask at the beginning?
I wasn't able to watch or attend the first Zoom meeting that we had. And so I had watched the video that you had posted on YouTube, and I just wanted to verify, like, for the stat lab stuff, we're just doing we go to the study plan and then all chapters and just do like the 1.1 and then like 1.157 or whatever it was. And that's the only thing that we'll really be doing on there.
For chapter 1 this week, yes. I named specifically,
Okay.
yes, I named specifically the problem. They got 3 digits in the problems, 1.1.3, 1.1.10, you know, like, so I wrote them down explicitly, trying to make it as easy and keep the confusion down. Yeah, that's the only problems we're working this week. I think there
Okay.
were 24 of them. You get a green check when you get them right. Count your green checks, divide by 24, and email me the percent. That's your web assigned grade worth, the overall average worth 20% at the end. Next week, we hit section 2.1. I will email out the assignment for that on Monday. I'm sorry, Sunday. Wait a minute. Okay, no, wait a minute. Wait. Monday is MLK Day. So I have to give you all. I probably won't, I probably will email them out Monday night next week because it is MLK Day and we have to give a holiday. So actually it'll be Monday night next week, but beyond that, it'll be Sunday nights. And those problems, I will pre-screen them and they will come from section 2.1. And you only have to do the problems I put on the assignment. But all of them from the study plan, and you hit section 2.1 and you will see the problems I've listed on the assignment there. I hope that helps.
I have one more question.
Sure.
So I remember you saying on the last Zoom call that on Stat Lab, we'll have multiple, if we get one wrong, we'll be able to redo it. And I was completing this week's work and I think I did get one wrong. So I was wondering how we redo it because I don't think it was letting me.
Oops.
Can I answer that? I had a similar situation.
Yes, please, because I'm not that familiar with the program. Go right ahead.
So if you get it wrong, there's something on there that says like practice a similar problem or something along that extent. And if you practice a similar problem and you get that one right, then it changes the X to a green check mark.
Okay, perfect. I'll look for that next time.
Yeah, and you're
And
free
you
to,
can go back at any time and like change it too, even if you've already like X'd out of it.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Yeah, that's very helpful. I just kind of pre-screen them. I don't really work them. Not that I'm bragging, but I kind of know all the answers. And so I don't really take my time to work them. So you guys, this is my first time through online STAT. I've taught this course since like year 2000, of course, always in a regular classroom. And I never messed with the Stat Lab online when I was in the regular class. So yeah, I'm messing with it for the first time. So yeah, if you know any other hints or anything, yeah, feel free to chime in. Is there anybody absolutely brand new who has not, I keep getting email. That's why I keep sending out the emails again with instructions for how to get started, because I keep getting emails from people who have added late. You're allowed to add through tomorrow. And so I still get people who are still joining. So even though I've sent out all the materials and I think I'm done with all that, I get people joining and they've know nothing about what to do. So if you have joined, obviously, and you still keep getting these materials, well, I'm using the mass email function on the email, just sending them to everybody again. So just delete it if it's filling up your email box. Is there anybody brand new who still needs all the materials? Okay, hearing nothing on that. Is there anything else you want to ask about the syllabus calendar? Everybody watched the 2 videos, and did I insult you with the extra credit? Anybody out there go, I had to watch these videos without that extra credit. He insulted me. Anybody out there thinking that? Everybody's gone silent. Well, did y'all appreciate the extra credit or did you not want the extra credit?
I definitely appreciated the extra credit.
Oh, okay. Okay, sounds good. Okay. Did it motivate you to watch the videos?
Absolutely.
Okay. Because they're not too exciting. I can't really mess around and try to do, be a comedian and try to, it just wastes too much time. Makes the files too big. So the videos are pretty straightforward, to the point, and pretty boring. They probably could be used and sold as a cure for insomnia. Put you right to sleep. Is there anything else we could go over about the syllabus calendar or anything? Or does anybody want to, are we ready to charge into problems in the book? Should I pull up our problems in the book? We're going to have another Zoom meeting at night because there's other people who said they wanted to come to these things but can't come in the day. So we're going to have another one of these things tonight at 8 o'clock. There's obviously no need to go to both. We'll go over the same stuff. Should I put the book on camera and ask if anybody has any questions? I got to at least make these things last about 30 minutes to convince my bosses I'm earning my money. So the first section of problems was about parameter versus statistic. Did anybody want to ask about any of those?
I'm gonna try to find, or I gotta figure out how to pull my book up as well, because I don't have like a paper copy. I only have the online version of it. So let me look at it. There was one that I had a question about that I thought it should be one thing. And it was actually the other. It was on page 11, problem 21.
Okay, got it. Phone number.
Yeah, and I watched the video of it, and then like I understood after watching videos of like explaining quantitative versus qualitative,
Right.
and I understood like I feel like I kind of understood it, but I don't know if for sure. I just want to make sure like a phone number, is it just because it's different, it can be different numbers or something, or
Okay, the way I think about it, and I just went unstable again, so I don't know if you're hearing me. Okay, let's see if you're hearing me now. The way I think about it, quantitative, I've frozen. Can y'all hear me? Are y'all hearing me? Okay, maybe I'm back. Okay, maybe I'm back. When I see the word quantitative, I'm thinking quantities, amounts, size. how big things are. So when it asked me about phone numbers, I don't know if y'all are hearing me or not. My screen's frozen. Can y'all hear me? Okay, maybe I'm back. If I have a phone number that is like, I'll write it down, 535 something, blah, blah, and 235 something, I just asked myself, is this bigger? Than this? Froze again. And in a phone number application, clearly the answer is no. This is not bigger than this. Somebody with this phone number does not have a bigger number than somebody with this phone number. They just have a different phone number. It's just different.
Okay.
That makes it qualitative. No. And so you can ask those questions about these situations. Just to, if the screen freezes, are y'all still here? This is the disadvantage of being online. If the screen freezes, I can't tell if you're still hearing me. Are y'all still hearing me now?
Yes.
Okay. If the screen freezes, are you hearing me?
It cuts in and out.
That's in and out, yeah. Not a well-oiled machine today. That might be why the night sessions may be just a little better. My son's not in school at night. My Wi-Fi might work a little better at night. But yeah, if you compare it to, number of siblings, okay, clearly, somebody like the Dugars, if anybody remembers them, I guess their show is off, but, they had 20, 21 kids. Clearly has a much bigger family than, a single person with no kids. So you can directly compare the sizes on that, and that makes it quantitative. Are there any other questions about these kind of problems? Questions? By the way, just to let you know, see on the quiz, if I might choose, I might have number 7 typed out. And then I might, say the answer is parameter. Okay, you'll see that on the quiz, and then you read it and say, yeah, that's a parameter. He's right. And so you'll mark true on the Google form. He did this correctly. But if I say write number 8 out and I write statistic and I ask you, is that true or false? You'll read it and go, no, Mr. C, you screwed that one up. So you'll answer false on the Google form. Presumably, you'll have to know how to work the problems and what the correct answers are to decide if I did it correctly or screwed it up. Does that help?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, in effect, think of yourself as grading me. It's the only really clear, quick way, and you get your grade instantly. Online, it's the only clear, quick way I could think to, to assess this, give a little quiz or assess and see if y'all are actually doing this and learning this. Let's see, we don't do level of measurement. How about discrete or continuous down here? Did you have any questions about discrete or continuous? Not hearing anything. Everybody got discrete and continuous? Okay, what about writing out populations and samples? Write out the population and sample in this study. Not real clear on the screen right now unless I raise it up. Anybody need help writing out a population and sample? Screen froze again. Hearing nothing. All right, well, that was the last stuff on this page. Do you want to jump to the last page? Second page is the last. Observational studies versus designed experiments. See, if I wrote out number 9 and called it a designed experiment, you'd say I did that wrong, and you'd answer false on the Google form. That's wrong. Anybody want to ask about observational studies versus experiments? Hearing nothing. All right. Did everyone get a copy of the definitions summary sheet I mailed out? Everyone get a copy of this?
Yes.
Okay. We went over some of these definitions Monday night. Maybe we should finish up the rest of them. We did statistics. I didn't write these out on Monday night, but we mentioned them and read them out of the book. Descriptive statistics is kind of the first part. They change it to organizing and summarizing, and collecting is implied. And we did inferential statistics. You sample people, ask them what you want to know, and you extend it to the population. Maybe we'll go over some of these others that we didn't hit. So a population is an entire group to be studied. Should be able to define any of these things on the quiz or tests. See, on a test, I might write define descriptive statistics and write the definition and then put the definition of inferential there. See, then you'd mark me wrong. All right, sample is a part of a population being studied. Random sample. You basically close your eyes and just blindly pick out of the population. So every object in the population has an equal chance being picked for the sample. On a representative sample, you would know something about your population, whether you're doing it by race or income or whatever, or political affiliate. You might know, 20% of the population is Hispanic, 12% is African American, whatever, and you make sure that you pick the sample to have those same proportions. So if you're 20% of the Hispanic population, your sample is 20% Hispanic. On a census, that's when you try to count all objects in the population. And if you watch the news, there was news about the census. Every 10 years, the US government conducts a census. And so the 2020 census was conducted this year, or technically last year. This is where we just define parameter and statistic. Numerical summary of a population is a parameter. So if you're describing a population, then that makes it a parameter. If you know it's a sample, then it becomes a statistic. Right. And then, we mentioned qualitative and quantitative variables. On the qualitative, it's non-numeric. It's a description, characteristic, attributes, whereas quantitative, it has numbers with it. All right. Discrete, it's whole numbers only, can't be busted into parts. And continuous, it's you can bust it into parts, into 1.5 years old, etc. And then an observational study, you draw conclusions about your subjects by observing them, going out and watching, whether it's animals in the wild, whether it's kids in classes. In designed experiment, you literally have 2 groups and you apply a treatment to each group and you measure what happens. Have y'all ever heard of these quotations? 3 kinds of lies, damn lies, and statistics. It goes to the idea you can make statistics pretty much support any position you want. You ever heard this one from Joseph Stalin, Soviet dictator in World War II? 1 death is a tragedy. 1 million deaths is a statistic. Meaning if you so know someone who has died and it was, before their time, it's tragic. You know their personal details. Kill 1 million people, they're just numbers on a piece of paper. You see how cold that is? We're getting closer to our 30 minutes. Does anybody may have trouble filling these sessions at the beginning? It's pretty straightforward. Chapter 2, chapter 3, pretty straightforward. Until we hit 3:4, 3:2 and 3:4. Yeah, last part it gets a little, we might get a little tougher there. And then the course gets tougher, particularly chapter 6 on. And chapter 5 has some tough parts. But the beginning, once you see what's going on and what the words are, it's not really too bad. Anybody want to ask anything else?
I think you covered it pretty well.
All right. This mean we're ready for the Zoom meeting to end?
I think so.
Okay. Well, again, I'll be back here at 8 o'clock and y'all are welcome to come out for a repeat. This has been so thrilling, you need a repeat, but otherwise, yeah, I'll be doing this again for anybody who wants to come out at 8 o'clock and see it. And yeah, this will be posted to D2L, not that y'all would want to see it again, but for anybody who missed, the link will be posted to D2L. So you want to get on there and hear the questions y'all asked, feel free. Otherwise, are we ready to end the meeting?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay, well, thank you all for coming out. And I know you're looking forward to the quiz tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank
Sure thing.
you.
Absolutely, no problem at all. Thank you for coming out. We'll end the meeting.